Patrick.
Hello, Treb. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, and how are you doing in this day?
I'm doing pretty okay myself.
Yes! I know that you have many questions that you wish to ask, so whenever you are ready to begin, you may.
All right, thank you. Um, I guess the first thing I just would like to start with is that I was just wondering your opinion or your advice on being able to continue in this life, I guess. Because right now, if it makes sense, I just feel like I'm just existing day by day without any real purpose in life. And I just feel like I'm just wasting the time that I have here rather than um, achieving the goals that I put myself towards, if that makes sense.
Yes! This makes very much sense. Many humans in the experience that you are facing are dealing with a similar concept. It is the idea that you are not using time, that you are not spending time, that you are letting time pass you by. And this idea is very common and can be taken care of or remedied very easily. The idea that we have expressed to all humanity, in order to be able to manifest the things that you desire, there is always one specific thing that is given that is of the greatest help. And this idea is to live within the excitements that you have. Now, this point can be very difficult for many humans as they do not feel as if they have great excitement. So, when you are looking into this idea of wishing to be able to live in excitement but not having great excitements, this can be overcome very easily as well. It has been suggested previously to many entities that if you are looking or struggling to look for an excitement of your own to be able to place the energy that you have within, then you are able to try to look into various many things. There is a concept of all things that are exciting, but to a very slight degree, is much greater to participate in than something that has zero excitement. So even if it is something that only excites you at a 10% level, opposed to a 0% level, or a negative percentage, if you will, then we would suggest that you jump your energy into these things. So expression of doing what you love is very important, even if it is a love to a very small degree. Let us suggest the concept of first looking into all things that sound as if a possibility of excitement can be had within this, and then write them down upon a list. And once you have listed these out in any way that you seem fit, or perhaps the most exciting to least exciting of the things that are more exciting than the average things in which you are doing, then you will be able to make a list to place them into a cup or a bowl. And in the morning when you wake up, the very first thing that you can do is grab into this bowl of things that are multiple in nature and read it. And when you are done reading this, then for this day, you will participate in jumping into that specific excitement. Now, if this does not resonate with you, if this does not work for you, there are also many other things that can be done. When you are in each moment, there is always something that would seem to be more beneficial or exciting than the other things. And some of these things are thought to be very difficult: lack of money, lack of resonation, lack of ability to do. But we would suggest that even the things that cost a financial means, if you do not have them to participate in, there are many avenues in which you are able to participate in ideas that are associated with that idea. Let us use an example. For instance, many entities enjoy the concepts of traveling, but do not have the finances to be able to travel. So, what attributes of travel is there besides the physicality of traveling? There is the idea of making plans to travel. There is an idea of looking upon the internet into various places that you are able to travel to. There is also the concept of being able to communicate with the entities who have traveled into the places in which you wish to see what their experiences are. And this is simultaneous with the concept of looking online for these things as well. So even if it is only a slight idea of excitement, if you follow your highest excitement at that moment, regardless of the definition of that excitement, regardless of the amount of excitedness that you have for this will always lead you into a path that will have a synchronicity that will allow you to look into a higher excitement. Now let us go into the idea, let us travel into the concepts of those things that are already of great excitement. If you have something that is of a great excitement instead of one that is of very little, again, there is the financial concept, so you may do secondary things that can lead into that excitement. But if there is something that is exciting that you have not embarked upon before, but do not have the will, or you are very scared of stepping forward into this, let us suggest that if you are diving in with both feet, this is a greatest approach to this. The idea and concept that many humans have when it comes to stepping out into something that is very nervous or nerve-wracking, this is a very common reason not to live in the excitement by a human definition or standard. But we would suggest that when you are doing this, you are denying yourself the ability to manifest things to a degree in which you are able to manifest, as even though you have limited yourself as a collective consciousness to many things, you are truly an unlimited creator. And as you embark upon your own creativity, the only thing that will prevent you from manifesting is the belief that you are not able to do this. The belief that manifesting something is a difficult process, or that there is nothing to be excited about so that you are able to manifest.
Thank you so very much. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yes, you are very welcome for this.
And I guess that brings me to my next question of figuring out how you get to that state of mindset of feeling truly ready. Like, for example, feeling truly ready that you are able to manifest this. Like, for example, I could say that I have the full belief of saying, because I have the full belief of being able to manifest what you would like, but at the same time, there are occasions or um, just certain situations that prove to you that you're not fully ready, if that makes sense, like on a not on the unconscious level, but not being consciously aware that you're not ready, if that makes sense. How do you fully get into that full mindset of being willing to take what is being given to you? Does that make sense?
Yes, this makes very great sense. Although I have not experienced this in a first-hand way, I am able to experience this through every entity in which I am able to connect, but also very deeply and intimately through the experience of the host. So it is very easy to understand the concept that you are speaking of. What I would suggest to you is that all humanity has a very specific definition of what is able to be believed in. And when you are not able to believe that the universe will allow you to create what you wish to create, you must give yourself very small examples. If you are able to experience something, a manifestation of a smaller caliber, this will show you and give you trust in the larger manifestations. Let us use an example. For instance, the idea and belief systems that you hold are very limiting to the concept of being able to create in great amounts. So if you are willing to manifest something at a smaller degree, this can assist you with showing your ability. Let us say that you have now become very hungry for a fast food specific thing that you enjoy. So when you go to this fast food area, you are going to express, I wish to manifest this specific fast food concept. But a belief system is within your mind that you must pay for this fast food item, that you must pay for it with a credit card or a cash money that you are having in your own pocket. So when you step into this realm, express to your own self first, I do not need money in order to eat this. So now you are going on the new belief system. You are reiterating this in your own mind. You are reconfirming the concept that one does not simply need a form of financial to be able to purchase or to partake into this specific food that you enjoy. So then you are walking into this place and express, I do not have a finance or money or a credit card, but I wish to enjoy this specific thing, this specific item. And the more that you see that it is not given to you, the more that you will see the belief system that you carry is not strong enough. So then you must begin to express to your own self again, I must receive this for free. You must look and visualize and plan your energy accordingly to be able to manifest this food item for no charge. And once you have done this and integrate this new belief into your system and release all resistance that you must have money to order this item, then you will experience a reality in which you are able to walk in and manifest this item with no cost. Even if it takes you 20 visits to the same area to gain access to this one food that you enjoy, you will be able to see a true manifestation of this. And when you are able to see this manifest, this will give you proof that you do not need specific of anything to enjoy manifestation of one thing. It is the idea that once you have proven this to yourself, that manifestation is capable, that the universe will support you as long as your beliefs are newly adjusted to the concept, then you will find yourself manifesting greater items with less resistance. It is the practice of awareness of your own thoughts, of your own beliefs, and the conscious effort of putting energy into this. And once you see that the universe is willing to support your desires and your excitements, then you will be able to manifest it, the same as collecting 1 penny of money to $1 million. It will be the exact same manifestational level.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're very welcome.
And on the manifestation notes, I was just kind of curious as to how this works. Say, for example, two people are competing in a competition to win whatever prize it is, and both of them are trying to manifest them winning that award. How exactly does that play into parts of who would exactly win that award? Is that a sense of whoever has not the better belief system, but I guess what I'm trying to say is how would manifestation come into play when both people that are competing for an award are trying to manifest that?
Yes, this is very simple to express. This is perhaps very simple to express, but may be very difficult to look into all of the facets, as some of these ideas tend to be related to a self-creation. If you have two entities that are co-creating an experience such as this, there are multiple facets and variations that can come into play in this. When you were expressing the better belief systems, and then you retracted this idea, the retraction was from a lack of specific confidence in the energy of the idea of whoever has the greatest belief system, but this can be very true as well. The one who carries the greatest belief systems, the one who knows that they are going to win, the one who has less doubt in their own ability to manifest, will be able to experience winning the specific prize. But let us express to you in this as well. This is a simple black and white concept or variation, but let us speak now in the gray idea, because the black and white are always not fitting in the idea of how reality is working. When you experience the concept of two entities co-creating, the entity whose perception is being laid into the manifestation in their own individual point of view, in their own perceptionary capabilities, this entity is experiencing a creation of all entities. As this entity looks at the other entity who he is competing with, in fact, the entity who he is competing with is a true manifestation of his own self being manifested outwardly. And this is where the human mind has trouble to comprehend this concept. How can two sovereign entities who both are living in their own reality be a manifestation of the other entity? But this is very simple. There are three versions of these entities at play. The one whose perception is based in their own reality, then the other entity as their perception is based in their own reality, and the third is the manifestation of the point of view and the concept in which one entity has of the other. So it is not two people that is competing, it is truly four entities. One is the man on the left, the other is the man on the right, the third is the man on the left's perception of the man on the right, and the fourth is the man on the right's perception of the man on the left. Now, this is where perhaps your mind will have very difficult time assisting. If both of these entities in their own sovereign experience, in their own universal creation, truly have great belief systems and believe that they will win, both of them will win. The version of the entity on the right will win in his own reality, and the entity on the left will win his own if he has a manifestational ability. But then you are expressing how are two entities able to defeat each other? How can they both win this idea? The man on the left has not beaten the man on the right. He has beaten the perception of the man on the right that he has co-created. And this is how the mechanics of a co-creation and competition is working.
Mm-hmm. I think I understand it for the most part. It's something I'll have to think about a bit more to fully grasp
Yes!
it. Yeah.
It is very difficult for many humans to perceive this concept. Let us express that when you are looking into reality, it is not only the one reality that you are in. Each entity is its own sovereign creator of its entire universe. In a way, you have created myself. You have created the host, you have created the computer that you are speaking upon, you have created the room that you are within, and even created the co-creation of this entire experience. Does this mean it is not real to me? No, this does not mean that this is not real to me. It is just as real as it is to me, as it is to you, but in my own perception and my own creative mechanism, I am the one who is manifesting you. So we are co-creating an experience in which either of us have the power to either co-create or to vary from the experience that we are having now and experience something completely separate.
Okay, that cleared up a lot. Thank you so much.
Yes, you are very welcome.
And I guess to stray from that topic is for the past few weeks, I've felt an entity, and also seen in my third eye an entity that has not exactly approached me and tried to talk to me that I'm fully aware of, but it's someone that an entity that I will see like standing off in the distance, looking back towards me. I was wondering if you would be able to sense who this entity is and if they're trying to connect to me or if they're just observing.
Yes, one moment, please. With your permission, perhaps I am able to connect your energy, and with your permission, if you are willing to do this, perhaps it will assist me in looking greater into this idea.
I give you permission.
If you are able to close your physical eyes, if you are able to push the energy from the center of the physical body to the outside of the physical body, and then continuously push the energy outward with your intent for me to connect to this energy, in one moment I will connect to this.
All right, thank you.
Yes! One moment, please. Yes, there are two entities that are connected to you very deeply in the last area that you would call approximately the last 2.5 weeks. One of them is an entity that is very deeply connected to you, as it has been for your entire existence. This entity is what you would call a guide, some call a spirit guide, some call perhaps a guardian angel. And this entity itself is one that is very deeply connected to you. It has existed in a non-physical reality as you have been a physical entity. And this entity is always accessible to you. Sometimes when there is a great concept or a great idea of inspiration, one of enlightenment, one of happiness that comes from nowhere, this specific entity is the one that sends you this love. And when you are willing to accept this love, when you are willing to connect to the concept and idea of accepting a vibration that is coming from nowhere, then you are connecting to this entity. The entity itself is one that suggests an energy of that of the local North American entities of the 1700s, one who is a preacher, one that has a very close connection to God. And in this way, the God perception is not similar as it was in physical life, but this entity is the one fractal in his own subconscious, in his own previous incarnations that he enjoyed the most. So this is the identity that he keeps in this time. The other entity is one, a entity fractal that is within your own oversoul consciousness, one that is a degree of the fifth entity or fifth density entity. And this entity is a humanoid-ish entity, one that is human-looking for the most part. There are a few features that make this entity separate from the correction and connection to an average human. The eyes are a greater size, the height is slightly taller than the average human, and the features are less aged and less weathered and more perfect due to the condition of what this is. This entity specifically is what you would call the Pleiadian entity. This entity is vibrationally given a name that is TAOW, and this is the spelling of this. I am not sure how the pronunciation of this name is, but there is also another vibrational signature, one that does not go with these letterings, but it is called a VOM, and this is a vibrational sound connection that I make to this entity.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you are very welcome.
And to speak of the entity that you just, Vaughn, I believe you said.
Yes, with a M on the end, perhaps, such
Vom?
as mother. Vom, V as in Victoria, O as in Oscar, and M as in Mary.
Okay, so Vom.
Yes!
Okay, so when you were able to see and connect to this entity, Vom, were you able to know his purpose of trying to connect with me, or is that something you are not able to see at this time?
Yes, I'm able to express this concept as it is very strong in this entity's energy. The expression and desire to connect to you more intimately, to connect to you more deeply, is very simple. You both are sharing that of the same oversoul fractal. Both of you are carrying the same excitements, but more so than any, this entity has been around you for a great amount of period or a great amount of length, and the connection that you have to it is become stronger as your own excitements of reaching outward to your own self within yourself, to expansion, to connection to yourself, has brought upon a signal to this entity that you are now ready for communication. And as it has tried to connect you for the last 1 year, your time, it is now just beginning to be perceivable because of your openness in overall vibration as well as connection. One moment, please, as this sound of the transportation is becoming louder.
Okay.
Yes, you may continue.
All right, well, thank you so very much. Telling me more about Volm. I very much so appreciate it.
Yes. Is there any specific concepts or details that you desire from this entity?
Um, I guess it would be how I'm not sure if you would be able to express this through him, but I guess it would be advice from you, I suppose, how I would be able to better connect towards Volm and to, um, I guess, have a better communication towards him. Because right now, currently, I'm in the mindset, I'm sorry, of thinking that I'm not able to fully connect towards him and be able to talk to him like I would be able to with one of my other guides that I've always talked to for quite a while. If that makes sense.
Yes, this makes great sense. You have answered your own question with your own question, or you have answered your own question with your own question, if this makes sense to you. In your asking, you have expressed you do not have the belief that you are able to connect to this entity. This is one of the reasons. As we have expressed in the manifestational idea, to reevaluate the belief system that you have is one concept. As you are very aware of manifestational mechanics, it is much as a computer program. Your beliefs are the perimeter of the program. Nothing may go outside of these beliefs. Nothing can go outside of the finite area that you have based around your beliefs. And when you are putting thoughts in, this is the raw codes that you are placing within, and then the action is the running of the program itself. So as you see this, to readjust the data that goes into this by thought process, to expand the parameters on the software by expanding your ability and beliefs, this is one way. Then you will notice the actions that you have will truly align with the expansion of all of the previous two. It will allow you a greater connection. Also, try to remind yourself that the experiences that you have had with this entity is proof that you are now connecting to this entity more deeply. And if you wish to carry a connectable conversation, I am able to connect to this entity for him to be able to express an idea to you. But before we go into this concept, or before I am connecting to him, if you wish, the idea that I wish to express more so than all is there is an energetic signature with this entity as we have expressed the VOM concept in a vocal way. But as you are thinking, to think of the TAOW, to spell this concept out and to place it into a letter arrangement within your own mind, to look at this word and then with the eyes closed of a visualizative technique, and then to speak the words that we have expressed. This will help assist you very greatly.
I'll put that to use. Thank you so much.
Yes, you are very welcome. If you wish, Vom is connected to me at this time, wishes to give you one expression or one connection.
Okay.
One moment, please, as I connect to this entity. Greetings, dear friend. This is Vom, and I wish to give you my love. I have been drawn into you as you have come more excited of our connection. I wish to explain to you that this connection lies beyond only what is defined by this reptilian entity that you call Treb. It is much greater than that. It is in every fiber of being that we both are together. It is in every maneuver, every thought, every moving forward that we share physically, emotionally, and mentally. All of these concepts, that sharing energy and being excited to find out more of each other, this is the connection that is made now. I want to offer you my energy, my love, and my support, and you may do with it what you choose.
Thank you so much, Volm.
Yes.
So I am able to ask you some questions?
Yes, I have a very limited connection, but you may engage in the two most important questions.
I guess it would be one of my questions would be um, how can I build that connection better with you aside from getting into that proper mindset? Is there any practices that I can do to connect to you better?
The exercise that the entity Treb gave is one avenue, but might I suggest another? You know the Pleiadian star cluster. You are very aware of how to find this. Visualize this exact specific minor constellation or star cluster pattern. And as you do this, there is a star that is called Electra. There is also one that is called Alcyon. Find a distance that is 2/3 away from Electra and 1/3 close to Alcyon. And in that exact spot, draw your attention to that one spot directly, drawing a line from Electra to Alcyon 2/3 of the way. Focus in on that specific area. Make it as large as a picture or as large as a visualization as you can, and enter that specific area with your own focus concentration. Using this plus the technique that this reptilian entity has given you, both of these will help assist our connection. But you understand very well that the only way to build this connection more permanently is the beliefs within you. The other will just assist you energetically as our paths come closer.
Okay, thank you so much. And I guess my last question would be, I guess the purpose of our connection right now currently. Is there a goal set in mind towards our connection, or is this just a connection to know each other better?
My connection, my goal, my pathway is what is known to me. It is known that there is great amounts of excitement. It is known that I wish to understand your race much more. My goal is to assist you as you assist me in an energetic exchange in a daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you choose process. My willingness and desire have been there for a long time. Your desire is getting there now. What is your goal? This is the question that you would ask. What in your excitements, what in your goals in life has brought me to you and yourself to me? This is the question that you must ask yourself most deeply, for I cannot answer this.
All right, thank you so much. I understand.
I love you very much, and I will always be connected to you.
All right, take care, Fawn. Thank you.
Yes, the entity that you are connected to is very deeply connected and has brought forth more ideas and more connections to connect to him in a more deep way. Let us express as well that my own excitement of your excitement as well as this entity's excitement is a very exciting time.
Thank you so much, Treb. I very much so appreciate it.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Um, I guess my next question.
One moment, please, as the transportation becomes very loud once again.
Okay.
Yes, you may continue whenever you are ready.
Okay. I guess my next question would be, I guess, where exactly am I coming from, I guess, if that makes sense? Am I part of the Pleiadian, or is this, I'm not quite sure how to word this properly.
Yes, you are wishing to understand your galactic or universal lineage, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the way that the incarnation cycles work is that once you begin an incarnation cycle, you are sticking to this until the entire incarnative cycle is complete. And as you are part of the Earth Incarnation Collective, you have lived as a human for many hundreds of thousands of years in a linear fashion, but more so in a non-linear fashion. And while you are experiencing this specific feat of manhood or earth existence, you are in fact connecting to the ideas of future incarnations. And as you understand, within a non-physical entity, linear time does not exist. This is why you feel such a high resonance with your galactic family, as most of these entities are directly connected to the earth incarnation, but set upon the future. So while you connect to this Pleiadian entity, many entities would perceive, I am a Pleiadian entity who is brought into Earth to experience the Earth existence, when this is not true at all. The true fact of the way that the experiences work, if you are willing to place it in a linear time fashion, the entity who has lived upon Earth for several tens of thousands of years, or even millions in a non-linear fashion, will introduce themselves as a Pleiadian entity in its probable future. And this is why you are connected to them. The Pleiadian entities that tend to be very perfect and human, there are many thousands of entities that are fitting this description, but a great amount of them are truly a future human incarnation. So these entities are still connected to the Earth existence. It feels as if it is non-linear, because in fact, in your non-physical self, it truly does not stay to the linear time conditions.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're very welcome.
I guess my next question would be, I was one back when I was a child, I remember all the time, without even fully being aware of what was going on exactly, being able to have full control of my dreams and full control of being able to project. But at that time, I was not fully educated on what exactly I was doing and being able to make use of that skill. And since that time, I've closed off up until around last year of when I've been opening myself back up again and being able to train myself into being able to be as trained in astral projections and such like that at all times rather than once in a rare while. What what would I do to be able to start working back into that?
Yes. If you look back at the childhood condition that you are experiencing as a child, what is the most great attribute that one child of humanity has in your own specific relationship to that child energy that you had? It is the ability to not have resistance. When you think a thought, there is no second guessing this thought. When you're excited, you act upon this. When you are speaking, you are always speaking from the heart. And this is the child condition that many humans have separated from in the adult conditions. So let us express that if you wish to achieve these astral projected states, if you are choosing to choose the lucid dreams, if you wish to connect backwards, as if you are connecting to your childhood energy, then what is suggested is to try to be resistant free. But it is understood that the belief systems that are carried in humanity do not often allow this to happen, as there are many beliefs that become so deeply ingrained with the consciousness, with the subconsciousness, that when you think a thought, it is instinct resistance. And this is what you can work upon, but sometimes a human cannot let go of these things completely. There are many exercises that will help allow you a more connectable sleep state, a more connectable astral projected state. Let us suggest these most common to the first area. The very first concept with many humans is the idea that meditation is very helpful, that meditation will help align you energetically. And if you believe that this is true, then you will have a very great experience with this. Try to use a daily or a semi-daily or a twice a daily implement of meditative states. This can help connect you to your own higher fractals very easily. This will be the very first step. The very second step is using visualizative techniques, as your visualizative techniques are a pure workout, if you will, for the third eye and will help assist building connections to this. And the very third step that we wish to give to you or share with you is one that you do not need to use with the other two. If you do not choose to use the other two, you may use this third step even before meditative practices or visualizative practices. This is when you are laying down before a physical sleep to express to each individual body part that it must lay down and go to sleep, that it must be completely relaxed in every muscular structure, starting with the toe area, working your way from your feet all the way to the top of the head. And once the physical body is in a complete rested state, then I wish you to place an intent in your own mind to repeat this intent continuously and repetitively and consecutively over and over until you have achieved the sleep state. And the intent that is most useful is one that helps bring the least resistance. The most common intent that tends to work for humans and which I have connected to: I wish to be able to remember and to control my dreams. I wish to be able to remember and control my dreams. And expressing this in a continual way from one sleep state into actual sleep state in the pre to sleep, this will help allow you to build a bridge that is full of intent as well as energetic value that will help allow you to become more lucid in the dreaming. And once you achieve the lucid dreaming, then you are able to bring this over into the physical state, which will then allow you for astral projection and the out-of-body experiences that you wish.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're very welcome. I also wish to express there is approximately 5 to 11 minutes that is left in the connection. So if you have questions that tend to seem more important, please bring them to the front of the line if you wish to have them answered more quickly.
Alrighty. I guess my next question would be, which chakras do you feel like I need to work on some more?
Yes! If you are willing for me to connect your energy once again to investigate this concept, it will only take 1 minute, but I will have to have a permission from you to connect to this.
Alrighty, I give you full permission.
Yes! 1 moment, please. The idea of chakra systems that are blockaged in your own chakra system. The very first chakra has a blockage upon this, and the throat chakra is one that also has a blockage upon this. In order to remove the blockage from the first concept, being aware that the first chakra is connected to the safety, to the very being of your own self, to the very base of existence and connection. This is one concept. Understanding and allowing yourself to know that in your physical existence you will be financially well, that you will be physically well, that you will be able to fit into the area of existence in which you are within, to feel at home where you are, to understand that all of these things are not detriments to you, that they are in fact lessons that are being taught to you, but more so the things that you are creating. So to be less resistant with your way of being in the way that physical things, financial things, emotional things are truly safe for you in every way. To accept this as a condition of safety completely. This is one way. In the idea of the throat chakra area, it is very difficult for many humans to speak what is in the heart and bring this to the mouth to communicate this with other entities. The practice of this would help you the most within the throat chakra area to tell one what is within your heart, not to express that this is something that I see, but when an entity tries to encroach or impede your own growth, who would take you for granted in the ways that you are connecting to them and helping them, to express to them with love and to express to them what you are truly feeling, this can help assist you in this way. But there is also another concept that very highly correlates to the throat chakra arena, if you will, and this is while you are learning much of the language, while you are learning much of the concepts of metaphysics, while you are learning anything. There is much judgments that come with things that learn that do not resonate, but also come with things that do resonate. For instance, when you are listening to the idea that the sky is purple, this is being judged as this information comes to you. You are instantly expressing that this is not correct unless it is nighttime, that this is correct when it is nighttime, that it is or is not correct in any means. You are completely bypassing the concept that all thoughts have truth within them, that they are all true to one perspective, and also the idea of judging them without being able to resonate or not resonate with them. Try to filter these ideas through your heart instead of through the mindset. This will also help allow a less restricted throat chakra area.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you are very welcome.
I guess my final question would be, I'm sorry, it would be trying to get to that, I can't figure out the words for it. It would be the oversoul is what I'm trying to get towards. I can't remember if you addressed this previously to anyone else, but I was wondering if you could give a brief description as to what you mean by when you say oversoul.
Yes! The idea that I express within an oversoul is the complete and entire sum of fractals that reside within an entity that is considered the oversoul. Let us use an example. For the example in this way is a much greater concept. The Earth in itself carries 144,000 oversouls that are accounting for the majority of the Earth entities that have ever existed upon your planet, as well as the second density entities, as well as the first density entities, as well as the third density entities as well. Now, in the 144, there is also an idea that it's twin souls, which allows 288,000 of oversouls. So let us express that all of these entities in the 288 are a representation of every human entity who has ever walked upon your earth, every rock, every lightning, every fire, every ant, every plant, every animal, every virus, and every third density entity. All of these oversouls are a fractal of many existences, of many consciousness levels, and each individual oversoul is built with all layers of consciousness within them. If you look at a seventh density entity and express, where am I able to place this density of entity within a chart that is given from the 13 densities, the 13th being the creator, everything from 7 to 13 being in a non-physical existence, everything from 6 to 1 being in a physical existence? Let's break this down for you. All of the 6 entities in the first through 6th density entities are physical entities. The sum of all of these that are within one specific oversoul makes a 7th density entity. The 7th density entity is the low 7th density, that is one oversoul that contains several millions of fractals of consciousness within them. And all of the 7th-density lower 7th-density entities, all of the oversouls, the 288,000, when you combine them all together, then you have the entire Earth collective consciousness, which is not only every entity that has ever existed, but also the physical manifestation of the Earth as well. If this makes sense to you.
It does.
Yes! I am very grateful that I'm able to help you in this idea.
All right, thank you so much, Treb.
Yes, I wish to express to you before we disconnect that in this day my connection to you, as well as to Bomb, is very exciting and very great, and through this excitement I am able to open pathways to more opportunities to manifest things that become more exciting than this. And if you wish to follow this pattern within your own existence, you will find the question that you had given to me at the very first portion of our interaction. What is it that you are able to do that will help find these excitements? Living through any excitement, regardless of the caliber of that excitement, will always lead you to a pathway where higher excitements are found. So following the most simple and mundane of excitements comparatively to your greatest excitement will always find a pathway to one greater, and that pathway to one greater, always following any excitement will always lead you to greater ones. And with this idea being expressed, I will leave you this day in love and in light, and we will experience each other again soon.
All right, take care, Treb. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you as well. Good night.
Hi everyone, this is Kalina Angell with Treb Channeling, and I have a special announcement. Did you know that Rob Gauthier, along with 4 other world-renowned channelers, will be featured in the very first panel of channelers, aka the Channel Panel, on September 13th? Join me as I host this incredible 6-hour event, which will take place online, where you can interact live with the channelers and fellow attendees from the comfort of your own home. Each channeler will have messages to give to your collective group and take personal questions from you. Who all will be channeling, you ask? Our incredibly beloved Nora Harold, who channels incredible entities such as the 9th dimensional Pleiadians, the fairy Kaliandra, Yeshua. Also, Reiki master and host of Heart to Heart Talk Radio, Daniel Scranton, will be joining us, and he is known for channeling such entities as the Creators, Archangel Michael, the Hathors, and Ophelia the Fairy. If you're craving the more serious side, that is, serious with an S, then you'll love Conscious Matrix channeler Brad Johnson, best known for channeling the wise Syrian Adronis. And if it couldn't get any better, we have with us the extraordinary and well sought after John Callie, formerly known to channel Chief Joseph, now broadening his channeling with Spirit, a collective group of guides that are sure to satiate your heart with their love and wisdom. Of course, our fun-loving Treb Bor Yit NE will be speaking through our dearly loved Rob Gauthier, who channels ancient Pleiadian Aridif as well, and aspects of others oversouls and higher selves. Again, ask any question you want, and no worries, if you can't attend the live event, you will have access to the playback and will also receive the gifts some of the channelers will give you at the end of the day. Again, this is a live, interactive, online event. 5 world-renowned channelers all in one day, 6 hours, unlimited playback streaming after the event, and parting gifts from the channelers, all for $45. Again, this will be September 13th, 2014. For more details on tickets and times in your time zone, visit www.trebchanneling.com. We love you.